Hello. Here we are.
Here we are.
We're back.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Are we live? No. We know we're live. We know we're live. We're professionals.
Sorry, the music was a bit loud.
Hello and welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us live here from Trenčín in Slovakia. We are still in Trenčín, Slovakia for the 4-wheel drive European Championships for 1/10 electric buggy. We hope everyone has enjoyed the 2-wheel drive coverage so far and enjoyed an awesome set of A-Main finals. You can catch those live. You can catch just the finals and the winner interviews. Yes, there were multiple winners. We won't give it away in case you haven't seen it.
There can only be one winner.
There can only be one overall winner.
Overall winner, European champion.
But because there's 3
EFRA,
races, we won't give away how many winners there were, but there was more than one, for sure.
More than one.
Yes, so we're here for the EFRA 1/10 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive off-road European Championships.
Interesting.
And thank you to our title sponsor for Hobby Wing, and also J Concepts, S-Works, Euro RC, El Saram, celebrating their first European Championship win yesterday. Maybe did I give it away? I don't know. I hope I didn't. Mibo Sport with their 10% off discount code of EFRA 10 this week, and also X-Ray, and also thank you to R1 Works, Team Sabox, Schumacher, Absima, and T-Works for additional sponsorship to bring you this live broadcast all week long. We've been here since actually Sunday night, and we are leaving, Monday morning. So we're enjoying the sights and sounds of Trenčín for quite a while. So thank you very much.
We're basically
us.
residents here now. We're locals, yeah.
Yeah, we live in the local pension on not far off the main city square, really.
Yeah, the main, the place to be.
Life in Cycling saying, one of our heroes, thank you very much for joining us this week, Life in Cycling. I'll have to check out your channel because, I mentioned it a couple times. No one else seems to be in the local area here, but, the other racers that I talk to, but I'm into my cycling a bit. And Life in Cycling, anyway, saying, moo.
Moo?
Moo.
As in
the cow greeting.
Okay.
Yeah. Stephen Mainwaring saying,
greeting.
Yeah.
And that's a greeting when
well,
cows make
they
that
don't walk
noise.
up and say, "Hey, up, duck." They say, "How now, brown cow?" Right?
Cool.
Stephen Mainwaring saying, "Hi, both. Do you think we will have the same winner and podium?" No. I don't think so.
No. And I'll tell you one of the things I think is that we saw this in 2019, where yes, X-Ray won the first Euros, the first event of the 2 back-to-back events
with
Bruno taking the 2-wheel drive, but then by the end of the week, the other brands had caught up, and Associated took the wheels with Spencer Rifkin. So, yes, like when I look round the Schumacher and Associated pits, people aren't like super happy, but they've got a lot of work to do. Do you know what I mean? They are digging deep, trying to make.
They knew they'd be on the back
way
foot coming in.
Of course, yes.
They are really, truly digging deep, putting in a lot of hours and time in. And Ashley Pattinson, another one of our heroes, saying, "Hello, guys." Dina DeMarco saying, "Afternoon, guys, watching from Melbourne, Australia. G'day, mates." Hugo Elshoff saying, "Love the streams." Thank you very much, Hugo. We love all of our viewers. Just seeing some very dodgy walking on the starting grid there from one of the drivers.
Dodgy walking?
Well, a car was driving into his foot, and he just kept walking. He didn't, or whatever.
So
anyway,
this is the big guns. Some big guns.
Some big guns. This is heat 10 out on track. So heat 10, and then we have 11 and 12, which are the 2 fastest groups of racers. So we're leading off with Dominik Vlasic. And if you've watched our coverage for 2-wheel drive, you will notice that the jumps are the same, but the track is totally different. Some of the corners are the same, like this one right here leading on to what was the final set of jumps for the lap. But now it goes into this Z-shaped thing, going into this, the hairpin section, as I'm calling it sort of in my head. And then here, look how long the straight is now. Zoom into a very tight 90-degree corner. And if you overshoot it, you're into a cinder brick wall. You do not want to overshoot that or get tangled up in someone else's mess. These are open wheel cars, 4-wheel drive, of course. And yeah, whoa, attempt at a wall ride there. And getting it wrong, going over that final corner. Well, not final corner. Down the main straight again. So let's drop back one car and let's see if we can pick up, I believe it's going to be the number 2 potentially of Matthew Thompson. I'm not sure. No, that's... Okay, so now we have a long, slow section now that comes in front of us. I think this is the car 3, actually, of Alice Bidovsky. Through the hairpin section, and there's a familiar paint scheme. Vlasic again, I think. This time, when they go past us over the finishing line, they're going at literally full speed, so it's very hard to see which ones they are. But when they come across, this is the car 2, Matthew Thompson. So one of the British racers. So into, cutting that pipe a little close there, coming over the box jump. So this is the heat that is before the 2 fastest heats. So we came on a tiny bit later than we would have liked to, but we were talking to some big name guys, much more important than us and you, so you better pay attention. No, I'm kidding. We were talking to some of the big drivers, big name drivers who had some very exciting moments on track this past week or so. A bit of clumping going on here. This is just practice. So all these drivers are looking for are 2 consecutive fast laps. So this is seeding practice for tomorrow's controlled practice. That all sounds very confusing, and I went over this and over this, over-explaining it, I think, Monday evening. But basically, they're looking for 2 consecutive fast laps. So if there's time, and there's still 2 minutes in this 5-minute run, and we're getting with these 4-wheel drives, a little bit less than just about 30-second lap times, just under 32-second lap times for the slowest drivers. So faster lap times, although it's an entirely different track layout to 2-wheel drive. And if you recall, when we were using these same exact jumps, this section here is all the same, this hairpin section. But pretty much everywhere else is totally different. So it might be the same jump, but it leads into a different corner. So you have to take a different entrance, you have to turn the wheels in a different direction, or not as much, and it's all different. And I talked to Davide Angaro. I asked him, is there anything that you can take from 2-wheel drive and transfer it to your knowledge of 4-wheel drive for, to go quick? And obviously he raced here in the Worlds 2019. Similar track, very similar jumps and everything. But, he said no, basically. There's nothing that you can transfer from 2-wheel drive to the way the track is laid out now. So who have we picked up? I think this is Bremstaller or Grainer. This is the car 0, I think, of Bremstaller. So only 30 seconds to go in this. It's a 5-minute practice run, but again, they're only looking for 2 consecutive fast laps. So if you smash a pipe or need marshalling somewhere along the way, you can step back and just, you know, let some of the faster cars go by if you need to, and just, you know, ease yourself into another quick 2-lap run, and hopefully no one gets in your way and you don't make any mistakes. It's a bit like old school, the old school Formula One qualifying, when it was 1 hour and everybody had to go out all at once, and some cars just wait, and so they're out of sequence with everybody else. And that's not a quick way. You can see actually where the driving line there at the start of the straight, it curved up from those 2 hairpin sections, and you can see actually the driving line there. So next group out is going to be the first of our top heat. And let's check in with the live chat. Ashley Pattinson asking, any drama from day 1 of 4-wheel drive practice? Not that I know of. BJ Williams saying the 4-wheel drives will definitely get to eat on this layout. I assume you mean it's nice and big and there's a huge straight. And actually, Ongaro said that this is kind of a small track for 4-wheel drive to him. And I said, they did run Buggy Euros here, and he said, well, yeah, but still, for him, it's small. I thought that was interesting. And Daniel Saunders, yes, you've got the answer already, but we are in Trenčín, Slovakia. This is the Hudy Arena. This is the off-road arena, as they call it. We've got a couple of requests to follow Jamie Hall. We will certainly do that. Yes, Edward Pickering, indeed. New layout. The grip level, well, it's pretty much about the same. It's a lot more than what it was for the Worlds. It's the same dirt, but it's just been heavily coated with what I believe is just plain old builder's PVA glue. So Johnny Skidmore is in car 4. We will attempt to follow him as well. So they are going off in number order, so it's going to be very easy to follow them. And we may as well do our usual thing of starting off with car 1, Jorn Neumann, and then we'll drop back after a lap or so to Tommy Hall. Actually, a lap or less to Tommy Hall, and then Alexander Landon. And Johnny Skidmore is in the car 4. Elias Johansson, the Swede, is in car 5. Max Gottsel is in car 6. Ben Smith from the UK in 7. Hubert Honergel, Hupo. And then Bartek Zalewski and Clement Boda. So here is Mr. Neumann. And we heard from the man himself. His name is pronounced Jörn, not Jorn, as, well, I've been calling him for years, unfortunately. And this is Mr. Tommy Hall, previous 2-wheel drive Euros champion, or 2-wheel drive? Previous Euros champion, I'll leave it at that. He's trying to chase down Jörn Neumann, multiple time European champion. So close to a world championship, but never quite got there. Coming into this section here, I'm trying to find a name for it, but over the quad, into the Z. And here is, I believe this is car 3 of Alexander Landon. Yellow wheels, yellow body, clear wing. Nice and easy. I'm going to guess Landon is not one of our 40-plus racers. Hupo actually is the only 40-plus racer in this one. Dropping back to who is next. There's a massive group. Whoa. Cars upside down, so that's why we didn't see anybody there. So white wheels, yellow body is car 5. This is Elias Johansson running a different car body again. He was running bright orange and then yellow. Sorry. He was running orange and then white, and now he's running yellow. The orange and white were in 2-wheel drive. Some drivers opting for high downforce bodies. Pretty much everybody running the J-Concept style one with the big fin going down the back, like the F1 engine covers, big shark fin. And this is, I missed the car number as it was going past. I think that is a 4 And that is Johnny Skidmore, I'm pretty sure. Let me just see if he comes across the line. Pretty sure it is Johnny Skidmore. Oh, and he made him. Oh, what's happened there? What's happened there? Oh, is he waiting for a gap? He's got drive. Okay, he's going. He's going. Yeah, just waiting for a gap. A nice gap where no one's coming up on him, and a gap where the other cars can just drive away from him. So nice, clean, open area, and it's what I call time trialing. This you just on the track. Yeah, it feels like you're by yourself, and you just lay down as many laps as you can with no pressure forward or backwards. Let's follow Johnny for a little bit, actually, and see what he can do on pretty much a clear track for him. With that double, that was the bus stop chicane, and this was the finishing quad. And I'll try to stop referring to that after today, because now this is four-wheel drive track. The two-wheel drive track means nothing now. Going down the straight, full speed. Does he move up? Doesn't really. 2:106. So this might. Oh yeah, because he's only had one lap. Oh. So he needs that last lap nice and clear, and this lap as well nice and clear. So you can see a lot of the corners are similar. This whole section here is exactly the same, and then now it turns into the straight. So let's see. He does move up a bit, so that's quite good. He's dropped, I believe, 5 seconds off of his 2-lap run time. So let's see, follow him for another lap and see if he can do something similar. I'm realizing that we missed Jamie Hall in the last run. We will try to pick him up in Heat 10 next time around. There is one more round of seating practice coming up. You see, this is the sort of the view that the drivers have, and actually we have a very slightly better view of it because we can zoom. The drivers can't. Skidmore moving up again. Fantastic. So doing a 101.35. So he's doing a pretty good job. Let's see who else. Tommy in car 2. We did follow Tommy for a lap or so. We do have pylons of shame. The Karma Sticks. They are out there. They're just in kind of the same places, basically. Did Honagle race in two-wheel drive? He did. He was the second in the, second in 40 plus. Lee Martin, I think we can safely say, took his second 40 plus championship of the year. If you missed his first championship run earlier this year, he watched the 40 plus Nitro Buggy Euros coverage that we did. We have the mains are available to watch on RC Racing TV YouTube channel. And I think this is Tommy Hall again coming into the pit lane. Slightly different body, unless I'm mistaken. He had a bit more blue in it for a two-wheel drive. Hugo is asking, what are the pylons of shame? Well, they're the Karma Sticks, the Masts of Destiny, the Tenedores of Terribleness. It's those things right there. If you hit one of those, well, you've got problems. This was the finishing line corner as well. You can see how close the finish line is. That first line that goes all the way across the track, that is the main timing loop. The other line is the backup timing loop. Both are running, obviously. Fastest group about to come out, and there they go. You can see the names, some big names there. Ongaro, Orlovsky, Kilic, Karup, Ronefalt, Bayer, Vidmeyer, Hottanen, Kovacic, and Lee Martin. 40 plus, double 40 plus champion in European Championships this year. So we've got an associated a Schumacher, a Mugen, believe it or not, an Associated, X-Ray, X-Ray, S-Works, Associated, Schumacher, and X-Ray in that order.
Free space for the queue.
So we're going out in number order. So we will try to follow everybody. Don't worry. And with them all doing roughly 30-second laps, I think we can follow them for a full lap before we drop back to the one behind. So we'll start off with Ongaro. To the L corner, over the box, with this big double and then a little smaller double to this S section and into this twiddly bit here, over the quad, into the Z, over the triple, it's the only triple on track, and then into the hairpin section, which is, again, unchanged from two-wheel drive. And we've got Orlovsky in the 2, down the straight, over the tabletop. 29.923 for the first lap for Ongaro. See how these guys settle into the runs. The tires do warm up and grip improves. Here's Kilic in the car 3. Again, the only Mugen car. No, this is not a Mugen car. He was running Mugen two-wheel drive. I believe this is an X-Ray because it is the car brand that he's run before at other events. So my bad. To this center section, over the quad, into the Z. This off-camber corner there. Can hug that pretty well and drop back to the next car behind. Let's see who we pick up. I think it's going to be Karup, who was pretty quick early on. Not quite as quick as Ongaro at his pace. Kobovic moving to the top after a couple of laps. Karup going pretty quick. You'll be able to enjoy his, he actually did a pit walk for us with a surprise guest, so I think viewers will enjoy that. So we're just working on getting that edited and cleaned up. So we'll drop back to, I think that is going to be, who is just behind him? I want to say that's going to be Rana Falk. White wheels and the Rana Falk colors. Down the straight. Rana Falk still running third. You can see the 2-lap run times there. Almost everyone under a full minute. Kilic and Lee, the only ones just under 1 minute, 1 second. Kilic, all he has to do is improve just the tiniest margin, and he'll be under a minute as well. Ooh, getting a sideways there. Tank slapper, as we call it. And I'm trying to see who is behind Ongaro on track. I think it is, it's 2 cars behind. Oh, it is Misha Vidmeyer over the quads. There we go. We'd already picked him up while I was looking out the window. This is Misha Vidmeyer in the S-Works. Sat next to Jörn Neumann. Now these drivers are not necessarily seated in, the order of fastest. They're just kind of spread across the groups 10, 11, and 12, because Bartek Zalewski, he did very well in two-wheel drive, let me tell you, and he is in group 10. So if it was by, you know, international rankings, he should be, you know, arguably in this group. And Kobavic, or is this Hatanen, getting it all wrong in that car 8. Hatanen running the associated car, one of the many teams working to catch up to the X-Ray racers. One car we haven't seen out on track yet, I mean, he is out there obviously, is, I think he's just behind actually, is, there he is, Martin Bayer, being hassled by, a car who's just paused for a few seconds. But here is Martin Bayer. I mean, I may as well spoil it for you if you haven't been watching, but basically he's our two-wheel drive European champion. He rolls it, so a slow lap for him this time. It's not going to help him, but and he pulls into the pits. Well, his time has expired anyway. So that is the Czech racer, but living in Slovakia. Martin Bayer, there's his wife. So that is, look at that, everybody under 1 full minute now. 58.559 for Rana Falk, who's just crossed the line to finish. And this is not qualifying, remember. This is just seeding practice for tomorrow's control practice. And that sets the order that the driver is going to be in for qualifying. But still, it's important to see who's quick. Michael Orlovsky had early fastest lap run, I think doing like a 29-second run earlier in the day. And we roll back around to heat number 1. And we'll catch up with the live chat maybe after we play some adverts. And here we go.
Roglic makes an error. Marcus Karup is through.
No, it's a four-way battle.
And Ben's on the inside. He's got him.
I love RCTV News.
There's RC in the background.
Hi, everybody.
This is mine.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So we are here at ETS round number 3 of season 17.
Davide Ongaro, associated European champion, and didn't he deserve it?
Bruno Coelho is your champion.
Today, mamma mia, super happy.
It's like a real now. It's like a real.
Okay, so after 5 rounds of free practice, fastest racers are, and these are basically the fastest runs came in the 5th round for pretty much, well, literally for everybody. I believe, if I'm reading this properly on my RCM. David Ronefelt with 2 laps in 58.559. Michael Orlovsky with 2 laps in 58.608. Daniel Kobovic in 2 laps in 58.895. Bartek Zalewski with a 59 flat. Marcus Karup with a 59.1. David Ongaro with 59.2. Also 59.2 for Juna Hatanen. Both those drivers, well, all 3 of those drivers in Associateds. Martin Bayer, our two-wheel drive winner yesterday. Very, very emotional. Please do watch those races back because it was properly good racing. 59.3 for 2 laps. Burak Kilic in the Notmugen in a 59.4, and Mika Widmeyer with 59.5. And just outside of the top 10 is our top 40-plus racer in his first year of being a 40-plus racer, Lee Martin 40-plus, or Lee 40-plus Martin, as he's shown on the timing, with a 59.9. Also 59.9 for Elias Johansson. Ben Smith, I think the next fastest Brit, with 1 minute flat. Jörn Neumann with a 1 minute 0.2 and a 1 minute 0.4 for Dominic Vlasic. Both of them running the S-Works. Hal Figueiredo running the Techno, not the Associated, running the Techno, 1 minute flat 0.6. And he's in 16th place. So there's plenty of time to play for. Then we have Daniel Hoffman, I think our top junior racer. Yeah, Bartek is too old to be a junior racer now. Josh Holdsworth, Tommy Hall, Hupo Honegel, that's your top 20. Johnny Skidmore in 21 at the moment. Of course, there's a whole other round of qualifying to go, or not practice to go. And we're still not into practice qualifying. I'll get the words out properly at some point.
Fun fact.
I love fun facts.
Do you know when Lee Martin turned 40?
Was it the week of the 40-plus Nitro Euros?
No. Lee Martin turned 40 on my birthday. We are, in fact, birthday twins. So there you go.
Were you switched at birth? Were you meant to be talking with his accent?
Well,
he was meant to be talking with your accent.
I was 5 when he was born.
Oh,
so no,
all right then.
Unlikely. But
that would be a very weird switched at birth story.
I turned 5 on his birthday, the day he was born. There you go.
Fabulous.
But yeah, so my birthday.
So what are you sharing? Are you exchanging birthday gifts this year? Now that you know this fact.
No, we exchange a happy birthday message.
Like just like a fist bump emoji.
Yeah,
something.
but
right.
It's a busy time of year, as you know. Our birthday, mine and Lee's birthday. It happens at a very busy time of year. Everyone's too busy to party with us. Everyone's thinking about another event that's about to happen.
May Day bank holiday.
No.
Second May Day bank or May bank holiday.
No, it's the last big event of the year.
New Year's Eve.
The one before that, the penultimate big event of the year.
Well, which year? I mean, the Mayan calendar, the Jewish calendar.
The main calendar.
the main. Oh well, I mean,
What does that mean?
you get the Mayan calendar. Sorry.
Right. No, the Advent calendar is part of the Advent calendar. The 24th day of the Advent calendar
Right.
is when me and Lee have a birthday together.
So you open the door of 24 together.
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right, very good.
Yeah. So now you know. You can go back to whatever it was you were doing.
I knew all this before. I was just dragging it out.
Well, you know.
Yeah. So here we're following Matej Hudy in the only car that looks like this. There is a I guess not a sister car, but like a brother car. It's got green wing, green body, and green wheels. And this one obviously has orange body, wheels, and wing. And this is Matej Hudy. I think it's not Philip, but it's one of the other Hudy children. I'm not sure who Matej's father is. Which one of the not elder Hudys, but one of the. I'm getting it all mixed up now. They're not middle-aged. The middle-aged Hudys. The middle Hudys. Well, it's all good. I do like this one though. I like this one better than because this reminds me of the Kyosho Optima cars and stuff. Very cool. I like the orange, the whole orange package on that one. It's cool. And yesterday and the last couple of days, of course, having massive debates about white wheels, yellow wheels, orange wheels, pink wheels, green wheels, and so on and so forth. Let us know in the chat, which is faster? Has anybody ever actually weighed a fully charged LiPo battery and compared it to a discharged LiPo battery? Boss Ricken, you know what? You're the second person to mention Bruno this week. Yes, Bruno Coelho not here because obviously, as we all know, not with X-Ray anymore. He is concentrating on the Infinity IF14 Speciale package, which, well, yeah, that video you can watch, the unboxing of the actual production version of the car you can watch on ETS now. Yeah, so he's not doing Buggy anymore. Nitro Buggy and E-Buggy, I think E-Buggy he's doing, but definitely Nitro Buggy. But he's concentrating on touring car. So yeah, the thing is, I don't think the other racers are really missing him because it's one more place that they can maybe take. Profix35 saying, I hope Lee doesn't qualify for the A main so we can have him as a commentator. Yes, certainly. I have warned him that he's due to be the BQ maybe. And if he is, of course, we'll have him in the commentator box here. He was very handy and very helpful. He knew exactly what pages of the MyRCM site to look on, whereas it would take me a couple minutes. He knew exactly where to go. So, yeah, I'll have to get some tips from him. MyRCM reset the ranking after practice 4 as the only rank practice 5 and 6. As they only rank practice 5 and 6, Frank. That's why they look like they all approved. Okay, thank you very much. Boss Ricken saying, mismatch wheels for the win. Pavel Bolint saying, none of those colors that I listed are fast. Blue is better. Well, there's no bright blue wheels, though. X-Ray used to make like these Truggy and 1/8 Buggy wheel stickers that they're actually on some of the museum cars that they've got in their showcase here at the factory. And I even when they released them, I thought they looked quite cool. I mean, it's certainly something different. It's a lot faster than dyeing the wheels. Obviously, it does add some rotating weight or whatever. But who cares? If you want to look good, throw some stickers on the car. Certainly helps make your car stand out. If you want to know what I'm talking about, just use your favorite search engine, search for X-Ray RC Truggy wheel stickers or something like that, and you'll see what I mean. It was quite a cool little graphic. and they did them in, I think, at least a couple different colors. So basically, so your white wheels didn't look completely white. Oh yes, I know it was a reference to LRP. We have Mr. Jürgen's son here actually, Moritz Lautenbach, running in X-Ray, I believe, and Burak Kilic is basically the top LRP representative, running in the set to be in the A final top 10 group, I should say. I'm not sure if you're asking me or the live chat, RC Reese, but who do you think has the best color scheme at the event? I've always been pretty partial to Ronafalk's color scheme, but I have to say that's a bit of like driver loyalty from back in the day when he used to be an HB driver. I do like his scheme though. It's very simple and it's never changed. It's always been yellow and green. White wheels I can take or miss. Actually, Max Gotzel and I think there's another racer has a very similar scheme. Obviously, from this distance, as you're looking at these cars on screen right now, you can't really tell the fine details. It might be flames, it might be zigzag things and lightning bolts and stuff like that, or just straight lines. But when you get up close, there's always all these cool details that you just can't see when you're watching a car on track. But Max Gotzel has a very similar looking, at least at first glance, from a distance, yellow and green scheme. And who is it? It's not Zalewski, but there's another driver who has, Gotzel runs the white wheels, but there's another driver who has this also yellow into green and has yellow wheels, which I quite like the look of actually. And as an older racer myself, or an older wannabe racer, I should say. Not quite racing yet. They're back into racing. Yeah, I would probably go for the yellow wheels. Which I think here the Hudy shop here, you could get them in like packs of 10, which is insane. These loads. Boss Rickon saying, it's pretty clear yellow wheels give more grip and white wheels give more speed, or was it the other way around? And Mitchell Yorkovich saying, everyone knows white is faster. Craig Russell is saying, definitely Lee Martin's new shells. His scheme is pretty good. It's hard to go wrong with red and white. What do you think is the best brand to race? Basically, whichever one you can get the easiest spares for, if you're just getting into it. But assuming you have a shop down the road that has equal availability of all of them, I don't know. There's so many different brands that are, that have big teams. It's hard to bet against, going with X-Ray, because they have so many team drivers and racers that race at a particular. What's happened there with that car? That's not good. Is that a switch or something? Or maybe a wire got stuck somewhere and shut things off? Car is dead, I think. Let's move on to someone else maybe. Victoria is saying, every brand is good. Just depends who in your club, country, or region runs what you have. So you always have spares and tips, etc. I mean, basically that. Whichever brand that you think you can get the best help from, and spares, which is very important. You don't want to be out of action for a couple of weeks just because your shop can't get suspension arms or something like that. It's one thing if you're a basher and your monster truck, you sent it too much flying over the house doing a 20 backflip jump or something like that. But if you're racing and you're trying to place an order Sunday night after you get home and you're like, well, no one has the upright or the diff shaft I need, or the lay shaft, or whatever it is. Whether it's actually, it could be an option as well. You could be going, well, this fast guy has this thing, and he says it's really improved his lap time, so I want to try it, and I can't get it. So, right. So, you know, part support is a major thing, basically, is all I'm saying. I think all the chassis, the chassis all are equally quick if you take Associated Schumacher, X-Ray, etc. You see how close the drivers are, so it really doesn't make a difference pace-wise. Yeah, and you know, it's one of these things. Like if you're, like, you know, probably the most recent cars I built are Tamiya cars, and you know, they generally go together pretty easy. The diagram's very helpful. And if you suddenly like pick up something that's super advanced, like and I have no idea what the instruction manuals are like for these cars, but imagine you go from a Tamiya and you want to pick up your first like the latest generation racer, and you go, I want to pick a Mugen MTC3 or an Awesomatics A800RR or whatever brand, RC Maker, whatever. And you just look at it, and it's like, these are worse than IKEA instructions for the blind. You know, you have to be comfortable building your car and working on it. If you take it apart and suddenly you're like, I need to watch a YouTube video on how to reassemble my car, that's not all that great, is it? Nino is asking, you mentioned, I imagine you're talking to me, you're an old racer. Should there be plus 50 and plus 60 euros? Well, I'm not quite that old. Well, actually, I am. I'd be in the plus 50 category. But the 40 plus Nitro Buggy Euros did have a 50 plus race. I was joking that eventually, you know, there'd be like they'll need to install a stair lift onto the driver's stand so that racers can get up there properly. So heat 3 in the starting area, as we can see. You have to start behind that dotted line, which is also the penalty line. Well, there's a stop and go area there that those, I don't know if you can't quite see them, but the words stop and go are spray painted onto the track. So in this one, we've got Abdallah Alfahan from Romania, Michael Hudy, one of our junior racers, Rene Lebetso, Lee Charnock, 40-plus racer, Loic Didier from another junior racer, Lucas Pavlis, a junior racer, Apo Koro, 40-plus racer, Thomas Sabadka, Marco Steinbuchel, and Jacob Valiant. So a couple more junior racers there in those final three. What brand do you wish would come back that went out of business? Well, I mean, someone replied TRF pretty quickly. They're actually back. I mean, you can get TRF racer cars. You know, they're very, 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 very similar to, well, you know, pick a modern touring car that you want. But, you know, if we're talking off-road buggies like we're watching here on track, yeah, I don't think they've gone that far to do that, but there is a big resurgence of touring cars still. Durango is definitely, yeah, out of business. You know, some could say Vitera, or I don't know. I mean, it's not really a racing brand, but you know what I mean. I like the Durango car. It's quite cool. Losi's still around. I mean, you can have them, but you can get them, but they don't have a racing team. So what do you do if you need a racing tip? You know, you'd be the, as I was telling Barrett Kilich with his Mugen car, you know, the Army of One, which is a reference to a very old U.S. Army advert from way back when. You know, the Army of One, because I used to go racing with touring car with HPI quite a lot, and when I started like slowing that down, my buddy Thad, he would be the top racer at the track. He couldn't get any help from me because I was just there to hang out and have some fun and have a laugh. I wasn't taking it all that serious, really. Try to, but then you realize I'm spending hundreds of dollars on tires, and you know, I'd just rather have fun here. There are some mismatched tires in the car one. There's some mismatched tires for everybody. Maybe should be white and pink instead of white and yellow, but you know, there you go. But yeah, if you do buy a TLR buggy, it's and not that Horizon's ever going to sponsor us really, but you're going to be on your own. It's tough. There's some brands that you can. I mean, the TLR designers love to like really go their own way, which is quite unique and quite cool. You're the only car out there. But then when you need setup help, you need you can't really bounce any ideas off of somebody else if you're the only one running that chassis. All you can really do is just kind of start with the basics and go, well, I need more, maybe more ride height will let me do this. The softer shocks will let me do that. You just have to start with the basics. Insert invisible speed book ad here. A bit windy with some of our drink cans tipping over. Is Bayer the oldest to win a Euros yet? Well, not for 40 plus, obviously. Bayer's 37, I'm told. And like he was saying in one of the post qualifying interview when he actually got the pole position, and that was all confirmed. He was saying, well, this isn't even the hard work. The hard work is keeping nine lions behind me. 9 lions was the term he used for all the drivers that would be behind him on the grid, which I thought was fantastic. Because that's what it's like. You're running from a pack of wolves or hyenas or whatever, and they're all of them are chasing him down. Even Ronafalk, his teammate, chasing him down to try to get the win. Papa Bellant saying as far as like brands that they wish would come back would, for 1/10 Buggy, Kyosho and Yokomo. There is somebody here running a Kyosho, and there is someone here running, wearing a Yokomo shirt. I don't know if they have a Yokomo Buggy, but yeah, it's one of these things. Is to compete, to try to be a top team and win a Euros or a Worlds. You can't just have 1 or 2 drivers that you pay a lot of money for. These are pro drivers, and you have to do win bonuses. You have to pay travel expenses and hotel and food and parts and spares and multiple numbers of kits. You can't just send them 1 kit and a handful of spares. You have to send them, 3 or 4 kits and boxes of spares and wheels and bodies, and there has to be this whole package around it. And then you have to. There's a lot of money involved, basically, is what I'm saying. And you can't have just one of those. You have to have multiple. And you can't have like 1 in Europe and then maybe 1 in Japan. You have to have a team in Japan, a team in Europe, a team in the U.S. And it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of money. Imagine the amount of money that Yokomo spent on Masami sending around the world. And yeah, he dominated, of course. But once he started to, his star kind of started to fade, and drivers like Hara and Reinhard and these other ones start to get faster, basically. You have to have a succession plan in place as well after a while. I wish Kyosho made a new 4-wheel drive. I think it would be fast or look good. Yeah. I mean, I'll be happy with the Kyosho Tom's kit that we'll be building soon for RC Racing TV. That will be really cool. Really, really cool. Can't wait to get that one. And there's a reminder for you, check out the new EFRA merch on rcracingtv.com. There's RC Racing TV merch, and there's EFRA merch as well. So there's plenty of stuff that you can get to show your support. Just in general support. Roadhog saying, God, I miss my Vetera Hallex pre-runner Fiesta. It was great to race, and only maintenance was an occasional Eaton spur gear. I know what the pre-runner is, but as far as full size, but I don't know what the Hallex was. Yeah, Pavel just Alex Piat just clarifying. Both brands of Kyosho and Yokomo still prominent in the UK, but Ollie Natras carries the UK Kyosho scene on his back. LOL. I know, yeah, RC Reese is saying, I know Ollie Natras is running Kyosho. He is looking good. And another reply from Kaklapen saying Yokomo very much still has a team in Japan, which is, I mean, yeah, it's pretty. They've really gone deep into drift, which is, you know, a whole other scene entirely. It's quite fun. I've not done a whole lot with two-wheel drive drift, but they are cool. In the UK, the drift scene, drift RC scene, is its whole separate world entirely. But it is, you know, obviously it is pretty cool. And it's one of these things, you know, it's very, very super casual. It's quite nice. Edward Pickering just clarifying one of our heroes, clarifying Yokomo changed ownership and is now being run and operated by a banker. His approach is to improve Kyosho's Yokomo's image and sales domestically first. So all makes sense. And that's kind of explains what happened to the Yatabe Arena, which was basically their track. So it's become a drift track, I believe is the last I heard about that. So let me continue with some more of the some of the housekeeping here. So today, Thursday, first day of 4-wheel drive, 4 rounds of free practice, and we are into the second of 2 rounds of seeding practice. Tomorrow we have 2 rounds of control practice, and then 2 rounds, is it 2 rounds or 3 rounds of qualifying? Just clarify this. So 1st of April is tomorrow. So we have a round of practice, and then quali 1, quali 2, quali 3. Okay, so my bad. Apologies for that. 3 rounds of practice, and then 2 rounds on Saturday. And let's clarify this from the get-go. There's 5 rounds of practice, and how many rounds count, everyone? 2. 2 rounds count, not 3. It's not best of 5 in the rulebook, EFRA rulebook. The top of page. Oh, I lost the page. But at the top of one of the pages is a very clear explanation. Top of page 98. Well, the bottom of page 97 and the top of page 98. When round-by-round qualifying method is used, the number of qualifying rounds to count are as follows. For the number of rounds completed, which we're going to have 5 because we're indoors, to count is 2, so 2 rounds. Okay, so let's be very, very clear about that. Apparently, it's been like that since 1999, so there's no argument there. So that's tomorrow's date. This is today. So we are at 4:33 Central European Time, I think. Is that right? Yeah. So we are in free practice round number 6, group number 4. Yes, that's we're all on time. We're all on time, and in fact, we're only running 1 second late to the time schedule. This is fantastic. We have no follow requests, but if you do, feel free to shout up. Let us know who you want us to follow. Pavel Balint saying, should look around in Japan when visiting family next time. Definitely. I was lucky enough to go there amazingly for work when I used to work for HPI USA. And we went into the most cramped model shop you can imagine. It was literally like a single car garage crammed with aisles, multiple aisles of plastic model kits, body shells, all these things. Obviously, you know, the Japanese brands, you can't get that stuff outside the US. Half those guys don't even have a website. So to be able to even get those cars, and you know, like, it was so tight, you had to side, like, crab walk down down an aisle, and if someone was coming the other way, one of you had to back away and let the other person pass. That's how tight it was. It was ridiculous. And then we also went to a Tam Tam shop, which was absolutely amazing. It was like the Walmart or Tesco of RC stuff, scale model stuff, Gundam stuff, everything you can imagine. And the racers we were with just going mental, just buying cartloads of stuff. It was crazy. It was really good. Of course, I couldn't afford anything at the time, but you know. Someone thought of another brand that has kind of gone away, X Factory with the X6 squared. And BJ Williams, I had this chat the other day with Craig Drescher. I remember when U.S. Tenska races were Losi versus Associated. That was it. It was like Ford versus Chevy every weekend, and that was it. Those were the two brands, and you were either blue or you were yellow, and that was it. Yeah, exactly. You said the exact same thing. Ford versus Chevy RC edition. We do have well, the races are finishing up. Alfie Castle, car 7. I think we may have followed him because Kieran's doing a pretty handy job of moving around. Where is Alfie at? Towards the end of the lap, so I think we may already be on him, or one of these cars is Alfie. Hopefully. The posts of pain doing their job. The pylons of shame. I like pylon. That's a good one. Sticks of Destiny. It's car 9 of Temis. Yeah, that's a good reminder. BJ remembers that Brian Kinwald ran for X Factory in the latter part of his career. That's true. He did run for X-Ray as well for a little while. Obviously, famously switched to Losi. Pavel Balint, do you know where it is or what was the name of the shop? I did visit one of the shops in Akihabara. I don't know exactly where it was. It was somewhere in the Shizuoka area, but if you search for TAM space TAM, that should bring it up, I think. Or, I mean, just search on, like, your maps, Google Maps or whatever you use. And he's saying Tam Tam was where Masami Hirosaka goes, I think. I don't quite remember. Yeah, I do remember BK running it, but nothing to be seen these days. X5 and X6 were some really cool cars. I'm biased as I love my double X4. I'm still running my Team Academy SBV2 Pro. Wow. There's an old name. So car 3 of Reese Ward, please. Another one of our junior races. We did follow Reese quite a bit in the two-wheel drive racing. So certainly, this is a whole new event, so entirely new setup. So we'll definitely follow Reese as we work ourselves around the group here.
We're going racing. Drivers start on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, and around into the hairpin section. And again, this is unchanged from two-wheel drive. And as you can see, though, the main straight now it's like twice as long, it seems. It feels like it's twice as long. Don't know the measurement, but something like that. This here is Socha. Ladislav Socha. And I think we're already on Reese Ward. Not going too straight on the straight, though. This is the car 3. Oh, no, Reese Ford has got a DNS. I don't know what happened there. You pre-cursed Reese. That's not a commentator's curse. Unless we're on, I think it's a 3 on that, but maybe the transponder's not working. Oh no, there's the car 2. Oh, my bad. This is still Socha. Across there, you can see popping up into second. So we have these progress bars on the timing now, which is very handy. So you can see roughly where they are on track. You have to kind of work it out. So this is Burton, I think. The car. Oh, and that wasn't a pylon of pain. That was going too deep on the pipe. That is the car 5 of Burton. So the halfway point, well, they made a mistake. So now the timing bar is going to be a bit off, that progress meter. So we follow a car that does, oh, and a broken car. A broken car. That is unfortunate. On camera as well. That's not Uri Hudy. That was someone else. I don't know who that was. Let's follow this already car. Red, purple, purpley. Oh, this is Uri. Here's Uri. He'll know his way around the track maybe a little bit better than everyone else. Uri, I like that Uri he just races every Euros that he can with one of his own cars. It's great. And so this is the halfway point of the track is the quad. Okay, so now we've kind of set the halfway point of the track now, Kieran. So, and wheeling down the straight. Stick with Uri again, just so we can just confirm that the halfway point of the track is roughly that twiddly sweeper section just before the quad. Yeah. So I think it is literally just about the quad. It was different last time because the track is completely different than it was 24 hours ago. Literally after the prize ceremony last night, they started taking apart the track and vacuuming it. There's no actual dirt dust that gets anywhere. The only thing that people are sweeping off is literally tire dust. So it's very, very clean. We do have a request for Dave Burton. Dave Burton, I think we did follow car 5. Pretty sure we followed car 5 for a bit. Tam Tam Kamasato is where Masami and his father Masami filmed their YouTube videos. All right, very good. I'm pretty sure it was the Shizuoka one that I went to with all the races. We had a bus trip, which is quite cool. So everyone was obviously like RC geeks going around these little different RC areas. So a couple of cars dropping out early on. Down this very long straight now. Now for two-wheel drive, that straight was really short. It was literally just from the finishing line to the end of the starting grid. And yeah, it was a very short track, or a very short straight. Gaggle of bright yellow cars here. I don't know, one has blue at the back. So we're following. This is the car 5 here. Dave Burton. We'll follow him again. It's the final lap. Ooh, nearly flipping upside down. Now that quad was super important for in the big races, the A finals, especially the qualifying, because it was so tight on qualifying. But shall we hear maybe from some of our sponsors and supporters, maybe?
Now it's a four-way battle. Poleman is being run back to the pits. Our Poleman is going to miss the start. Oh no! Hatler's going with Finn. Finn and Hatler right together now. On the last shot, and Finn's on the inside. He's got him.
Fantastic display of driving from these two drivers who have pretty much carved up the touring car world between them this year. Kobovic made an error, so Kobovic makes an error. Marcus Karup is through.
To take the most amazing European Championship. That is absolutely unbelievable.
Mark Reinhard takes the European Championship.
Yeah, it had to be a while, man. Waiting for it for a long time, I guess.
And crossing the finish line for the last time, Dario Balestre is our 2024 European champion.
As always, another title.
Dario Balestre got to stop and go in the penultimate lap. Still hang on to the lead there and take the win. The 4-wheel drive European champion for large scale,
Van Helmen.
And the winner, your European champion, is Juan Carlos Canan. Davide Ongaro, associated European champion, and didn't he deserve it?
Bruno Coelho is your champion. Michael Olowski then comes across the line to win the European Championship.
Okay. So some highlights from last year. I think it's worth catching up on the highlights every now and then. Oh, getting it wrong over the corner box jump. Is it the yellow wheels? Should they have been white? Is the wing too heavy because he's scuffed it up? Who knows? He's the car one of Fabian Widmer, who's apparently been helping out Kilic with his Mugen two-wheel drive all week. Which I mean, I hope Kilic got Fabian some nice meals and some nice drinks over the week, because Kilic was pretty quick. Being the army of one in the Mugen car. Of course, for four-wheel drive, Kilic, I think he's running the X-Ray now. But then, when he did some video stuff with us earlier today, he did cover the car with a shirt. So, with the Mugen shirt as well. So make of that what you will. Let me see if we have any requests for this one. We don't just yet. Ooh, nice wheelie there. Don't want to do that too much though. See which car this is. It's coming into, well, I say the slope. Oh, it's the car 2 of Carl Walter, one of our junior racers. And for two-wheel drive, we did have a 40-plus race and a junior race. So junior being under 17. Lee Martin won the well, not the junior race. He won the over 40 race. Right, so maybe we pick up another car here, Karen. Ooh, is a car go? It's very easy to hear when the car goes over, because it's not. This is not soft dirt at all. This is very it's like harder than hard packed dirt because it literally has like layers of glue on it. So when they go over and the cars flip, and obviously they don't flip back over like a touring car might, they are stuck on that flat wing. This is the car 4 of Andreasen. Bastian Andreasen. We do have a request finally from THCRC. Can we follow car 3 of Ryan Clark, please? So Ryan coming down the straight, almost. One of these cars is car 3. I think that's the one, yeah. Oh, black wing and yellow wheels. Nice combo. I think the black wing works. I do appreciate that the scuffed wing, you know, it's scuffed with sanded with sandpaper, so you can tell that the wing is there, but it doesn't take any. There's no weight of paint on it. I understand the racery version of it. It just doesn't look as good as a painted wing. I just have to, you know, that's what it is. That's how it is. So here we go. There's Ryan Clark going into the S's. Get this little twiddly bits here. That was our finishing order. Over the halfway point of the track, that quad jump. Now the Z. Trying to hold off this white car. Shouldn't really be messing around too much with each other, hopefully. But now time is finished. So does he finish? He is finished, I think. Yes. So in the timing bar on the right-hand side of the screen there, when the pale green turns into a darker green, that means that car is finished. Something happened there to Martin Skar, another junior racer, so from Norway, pulling off after 9 laps, and Sven Rudig also not finishing. Ryan Clark's car coming across the pit lane. Very sturdy pit lane, especially considering it's an indoor track. Now you can stand on those metal gratings. I mean, that's what they're designed for. It's like catwalk floors. And there's the 2-lap times from everybody. You see, we have Estonian racers. We have is that Danish. A couple of Brits. Vidmer from Switzerland. Rudig from Austria, and a German racer.
So group number 7, track is open. Marshall, you may change.
Pavel, you're exactly correct. That was the Norwegian flag, not the Danish flag. So 3 Norwegian racers in there. We do have Danes here. And we do have 2 painted wings in this one. What? Of course, the best performing one is Marcus Karup and his father. Winner of, I believe, the LRP TCM and DHI Cup way back in the day. Of course, the DHI Cup taking place in Denmark. I should know that from all my viewing of pro cycling. This thing to go is a Danish racer. So to see how the track is, again, totally changed from the 2-wheel drive. And apologies if you've already heard this before, but I have talked to some of the pro guys, and they've told me that there's literally no lessons, no information that you can take from two-wheel drive into four-wheel drive that will help in any way, because the track is just completely different. The only sections that are the same are these two hairpin sections there, and that's it. Everything else totally different. Although this very short section here, that L that they're currently on, and then it turns in on itself into this S section, and then back the reverse way over this thing, and then the bus stop chicane has now just become a very tight turn and going in the opposite direction. So it's all different. So this is technically it's free practice, but this is seeding practice. This is the second round of seeding practice, and as we go upward in heat number, we're approaching heats 10, 11, 12, which that's where things really start to get fast. These drivers doing about 31.5 to 33 second lap times. Slower drivers that are having problems early on doing 36-second laps. But the fast guys, once they get up to speed with the warm the tires warm up, and they get their eye in and get in the rhythm, doing 29-second laps, the fastest guys. So it is pretty crazy. Cam Felton Media has promised to bring food to Halifax if we can follow Aaron Nash in the car number 1. I believe we already did, but let's somewhere towards the end of the track lap, Kieran. He's just across the finish line, so he's going into the L turn somewhere. The car number 1 of Aaron Nash. I think that's him in the white car. I think. Is it? That's not the car. Is it the car 1? It is the car 1. Yes, the Ongaro-ish looking car going over the triple now is the car 1. There you go. That's some cookies, please, Cam. I like doughy chocolate chip, oatmeal and raisin, also nice. What's that Italian cookie I made for you? Amaretti is nice. Kind of a hazelnutty, not hazelnut. It's more of like an almondy marzipan cookie. Very nice. I made some for the RCTV guys a little while ago, and everyone liked them. We did have another request for Aaron Nash, so definitely definitely worth following Aaron. Sam Mughal saying, can we follow car number 9 in heat 8, please? So that's the next group. Perfect. That's a perfect follow request, because now with just a minute and a half away, we know that we need to follow car number 9 in heat 8. Cam saying, I am on it, my friend. Obviously, any cookies are fantastic, so you don't have to bribe us with food. You are a hero, and if you are a hero, you get priority follow requests. So that's just how it works. You also get 10% discount on RCTV merch and EFRA merch on rcracingtv.com. You also get a set of stickers, which I'm sure we'll have a whole new set of stickers ready for everybody very, very soon. We will have also, you get also the bolded name in the live chat, and any comments on videos and such, and of course the RCTV logo in various colors as time goes on, and the longer you remain a hero, the color of your logo changes. So it's all good. 20 seconds remaining now. Waits, DeVeerd, Nash, Tamilty, Jordan, Lyons, Venables, and Wukonig. I didn't realize Venables was in this one. Where's he at? Towards the end of the lap. I think we're already on him there. Or no, where is he? How is he? The timing isn't quite working. That's an interesting line there, Will. Oh, so okay, so we'd already finished. Yeah, I didn't notice the dark green on the number next to his name, but there's briefcase himself, Will Venables, and Kieran shaking the camera indicating, of course, that Will did a fantastic run and has set basically what is a new TQ. Actually, how could he do that with a 104 over 2 laps? That was a look of where did the time go, I think. So next group is already out on track. Car 9 of Jas Mughal. We're certainly going to follow once the qualifying gets underway. Someone doing donuts there to warm up their tires. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, the tires do get warm, honestly, but so the lighter blue car is the one that we're going to follow along at some point. We leave it up to you, Kieran, whether you want to wait and do the cool, slow outer. Oh no, just follow the first car. That's fine. That's fine too. Oh, and a wall ride. That's, well, an attempt at a wall ride. Of course, it is a very sharp turn at the end of the wall. Not the quickest way around that corner, unfortunately. Artsy slow zoom out and picking up Mughal as it's coming through the S's just underneath our moving camera. Kieran on the cam. You're listening to myself, Frank McKinney, just basically talking to myself for the moment. Matt McCallum next to me, running the production. So thank you very much to everyone who's joining us. You're watching live from Trenčín in Slovakia. The EFRA 1/10 4-wheel drive Buggy European Euros. European Euros? That's what you get for distracting me, Matt. The European Championships for 2025, brought to you by our title sponsor of Hobby Wing, and also J Concepts, Euro RC, El Saram, S-Works, Mebo Sport with their 10% discount, EFRA 10, all week long, X-Ray, and also R1 Works, Team Savox, Schumacher, Absema, and T-Works. Oh my goodness, I mentioned it, and now we have 3 follow requests for 3 completely different cars. So we need to work fast, Karen. We need to find cars 2, 3, and 4. Car 4, I think, I'm not sure if Oliver Natras is running the same body sort of colors that he had before. So who are we with here? This is a car. This is car 4, I think, of Natras. I'm sure it's a different color from his 2-wheel drive. I think Kieran just shook his shook the camera. So we'll follow Natras for a lap or so, and then about 32nd lap time, 32-ish second lap time. I'll bring it up. We have the means and the possibility to bring it up. Natras doing a 32 last time around, 32 flat. And then we'll see where the car 3 is, somewhere actually near Natras. Maybe it's one of these cars behind. Drop back a car, and it might be the car 2, yes, of Visser. No, hang on. 3, I think, of Leo Lepop. Multicolored car. It looks like a checkerboard pattern. So this is what's hard to see. I mean, you know, it's very hard to say. I mean, obviously, the car in front, white wheels, blue body, very easy. This one, checkerboard, white and blue, and red. But with the white wing, so that's recognizable at least. That's very good. I gotta say, gotta stick with the painted wing. Not heavily painted, obviously. You don't want, you know, a half kilo weight on the top of your car. These cars only weigh about 1.5 kilos anyway, fully loaded. But yeah, okay. So that is Le Pop in the car 3. Car 2 just gone over the quads. One of these 2 cars. Oh, I think it's the lead car going into the hairpin now, because that is. Is that right? Car 2 is the second one? Maybe not. Oh, is that broken now? It's not even the car 2, it's the car 8 of Bowman. So, car 2 coming over the quads. It is the blue car, I think, over the quad and over the triple now. To the left. Car 2 of Metsola is on the other end of the track. Kieran, over the quad now is Metsola in the blue car with the clear wing. There we go. That's Metsola. Requested by Christian Yu in the live chat. So we'll stick with Metsola for the rest of this run. Time has expired. Kept maxing. The four-wheel drive track looks awesome. I agree. I think I'm going to have to borrow Venable's car and just, you know, just have a go. Full punch, full send everywhere. Give him some tips. So, no, you need to bend the shock the other direction. And this suspension arm, no, you can't have it in one piece. It needs to be at least 2 pieces. So there's our finishing order. 3 more junior racers in that one. And there was a very familiar looking car of Alexander Gajembo in that half orange, half green car.
I love RCTV News.
I'm Matt McCallum.
And I'm Frank McKinney.
And here are your headlines.
There's RC in the background.
We're here. Hi, everybody. There he is. Totally secret, no one knows.
You got any thoughts on it?
No, don't have a clue what you're talking about.
That leads us nicely to the 12th Euros.
And this week's hot topic.
This is a hot topic.
Okay, these are rookie numbers. These are rookie numbers.
Right where we're sitting now is where that crash happened. We did what you expect of us. We tried to stir up some drama.
Another good one.
Yeah.
I've already told them all tomorrow.
Could you please go to the start?
30 seconds to start.
Thank you. So we're ready. Drivers, start count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, off and away, Heat 9. We're getting ever closer every time to the faster and faster drivers. Maurice Lautenbach, mentioned him earlier. He's in this one. Oliver Haverneck, our hero, well, Kieran's hero, picking him up from the airport. Not in the dead of night, but quite late at night, I must say. And delivering Kieran to his domicile where he's staying this week. Valentin Pousiat, French large-scale racer, but also here running 10th scale. And we're with Daniel Hoffman, one of our junior racers, in the car 2. This car flies past way too fast. I think it's car 3, though, of Thomas Phipps. I'm pretty sure if it is, this is one of our British racers. Very large British team here. Very large British team indeed. Smallest team, I would say probably the Turkish team of Burak Kilic. Ungaro, he's the only one racing from Italy, but he's not the only Italian here. Similarly, Belgium has represented by a driver and a mechanic, and who's the other one? Romania, also a driver and a mechanic here. Good size French team and German team is a little bit bigger. So good to see, but I mean, it must be said, the British team, always a very big supporter of the 10th Buggy Euros. With I think the car 6 of Harley it's not Harley. It is no, she's running a yellow body. What? Well, she's gone upside down now, so I can't see the number there. I thought Harley was running yellow, but that was 2-wheel drive. It is car 6. Okay. Being hassled by this green car. Eventually lets him pass. That's the car 8 of Katzmeyer. Junior racer. Oh, and another car, orange car, getting past Eldridge. We do have a request for Luke Holdsworth in the car 1, and another one for car 1, please. So yeah, we've already followed him, but yeah, no other follow requests, and you've got 2. So don't make any mistakes because it will be on you, Adele Holdsworth and Owen. So Adele, you got to tell us. I mean, first of all, is this the famous singer, Adele? Mum, auntie, sister, Nana, or Nana if you're in Italy. Oma, if you're in Germany or France. Sam Mughal saying, send it and bend it so Venables can mend it. I like it. That's the plan. That's the plan now. I'm sure Team Hudy will let us, let me and Matt have, 5 laps each? 5-lap shootout, no practice with Will's car. I think that's a good plan. Adele says, "Mum."
Says what?
She's Luke Holdsworth's mum.
Ah, great stuff. There you go. Well, your son's doing well.
Yeah, I mean, getting bullied a bit by that car that just got past, but he's going to try and catch up.
We'll stomp on it for you.
Thing is, he doesn't know Mum's watching. He doesn't know hundreds of people are watching right now. Oh, and monkey see, monkey do. Unfortunate. So, well, it's only you're only going for 2 laps here. So
You love that phrase.
I do. I like it. It's a bit old school. It's not quite as jazz handsy old school as any of Nick's phrases. Do you remember that TV show from the 50s? No, we don't, Nick. Sorry.
I had a voice message come in. I don't know if I can play it, if it will work to play it through my mic, but I think it's regarding a discussion you were having whilst I was not here. So it might mean more to you, but it's from Tom Knott. Let's just see if this works.
Tom who?
Tom Knott.
I heard your discussion during practice of 4WD buggies. The name was Ladislav Socha, S-O-C-H-A, Socha. It means in English statue.
So there you go. Very helpful. Thanks, Tom. Any more input from anyone? Just let us know, and we'll endeavour to put you on the air.
Well, we did get corrected by Jörn Neumann himself.
Jörn, yes, we'll remember that. We've learned so many things. Now it grates on me when I hear people say Orlowski. I was at the ETS last weekend and Scotty's going Orlowski, and I'm like, it's Orlovsky.
Mikhail Orlovsky.
But Michael says Michael, so I think we're okay to say Michael.
And Tris calls him Michael.
Yeah, and Robin calls him Michael.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay to say Michael, but Orlovsky, as I say that, he's walking towards us right now.
Hey. Fast
Behind
guy
Unihatanen.
coming.
I'm currently uploading an amazing pit walk that happened today with Marcus and Borak. And it's hilarious.
Karup and
Kilic causing chaos in the pits. They start it with the current...
Causing chaos.
Yeah. They start it with the new champion, Martin Bayer, and they end it with Uri Hudy, and they walk around the whole facility. And there's some very funny, uncomfortable moments with rivals that they have on the Schumacher team, and a few uncomfortable moments. It's just fun. I mean, they're just having a laugh, so it's great.
I mean...
And I've edited a few bits out because they're not suitable for EFRA. But anyway.
I did literally instruct them to, have fun with each other and take the mick out of everybody else. I didn't use quite that word, but
yeah. Well, yeah, some took it better than others, I would say, but they got a few death stares.
Callum Ab asking, can we follow the fastest Holdsworth in this one? And Adele Holdsworth saying, now can you please follow Josh Holdsworth? I mean, come on, Adele. So I think we will definitely follow the car 7 of Josh going on track. There's obviously, as we also need to follow the car 4 at some point, Karen, of Jamie Hall, because we missed him last time. I was babbling away. I think this is Josh now. There he is. Blue car, white wheels, clear wing. Coming into the S's. Towards what? Oh, and getting it wrong. The zoom out of doom. Daniel Kovacic has just entered the building. Fast guys coming through. Be nice to follow Figueiredo as well and see what that techno is like out on track. Who is the... Oh, Jamie Hall, car 4, I think it was. Just over the middle of the track. Middle of the lap, I should say. Towards the hairpin is that orange car. In the hairpin section, at the second hairpin now. I'm pretty sure this is Jamie Hall. I'm completely wrong, it's not Jamie Hall. It's probably the car behind who's just crossed. I think that is Jamie Hall, possibly. Car 5? That's the car 4. So one car, another car back, Kieran? We'll get there eventually. We'll just eventually just follow them all. Is this Josh again? Oh, man. This is Jamie Hall, I think. Running very similar colors to Tommy, if it is him. Oh, you know what? Oh, my gosh. Just realized we were on the car 4, so it is one of these cars going forward. I think it is the yellow car. Car 4. There we go. There's Jamie Hall. So not running the similar colors to his brother Tommy at all. So we'll give Jamie a lap or so, and then we'll try to find. Oh, car 5 is one of these cars that we were just following. So yeah, so Hal is in this sort of the same area of track as Jamie, basically. So relatively easy to find. So that's all right. And Helmand also possibly one to watch. One of our young guns that we followed for a bit when we first met him in Valladolid at the 10th Euros there when he was running for TLR. Is it my imagination or no? It's I think the one car forward is Hal Figueiredo in the 5. 2 cars forward. There he is. That's Hal. That is a probably. I think that's Hal. Yes, that's the one and only Techno that is running here, I believe. They don't do a 2-wheel drive, so he was running an associated. Oh, my bad, Hal. If you're not aware, Hal is one of the sort of main people, I would say, for the Barcelos track, where Matt and much of the rest of the team will be at for the Buggy Worlds in a few weeks' time. Is that in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Buggy Worlds? It's coming up. It's at some point in the future, in the near future. Very long straight now for the 4-wheel drive. If you're used to watching the coverage yesterday and the previous days for 2-wheel drive. Okay, so we have a request for cars. Well, cars. We're coming to the end of proceedings now, though. Oh, we have 2 requests for Daniel Pohl. So I think Daniel Pohl just going over the quad now. Is that right? Going into the hairpin, you catch the last few seconds of Daniel Pohl's run, our junior champion in 2-wheel drive. He might be able to get, I think, yes, he's got another lap. Or no? No, he's done. My bad, sorry. Sorry, I didn't, sometimes we're not able to look at the live chat while the actual run is going, so I do apologize for that. Martin Bruton Young saying the Hall brothers sound like 2 nightclub bouncers. You know, depending on the night, they sound like 2 nightclub bouncers as well. They have a very particular accent. Jamie runs fluorescent yellow, Tommy runs fluorescent orange. Okay. Just informing Will Venables that he needs to make his chassis available at the end of the week. Kev Mack saying, it's okay, we got a few laps of Daniel at the start. Oh, yes, that's true. Of course. Yeah, we did. But there's 5 rounds of qualifying to come and 2 rounds of controlled practice to come. So 7 more opportunities to see everybody on track before the finals, people. It's all good. So we want to thank Hobby Wing for being our title sponsor all week long. It's been amazing. Them helping us bring you this coverage for free all week. Also, we want to thank J Concepts, S-Works, Euro RC, El Saram, X-Ray, and Meebo Sport with their 10% off coupon, EFRA 10, on their web shop. We also want to thank T-Works, Absema, Schumacher, Team Savox, and R1 Works. So here we go. This follow these cars off. Jorn Neumann leading them off, multiple time European champion in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. Unfortunately, never a world champion. How did that ever happen? Used to run a black wing, and now he doesn't. But we'll follow him and then drop back to Tommy Hall, who's running, I'm told, the fluorescent orange. Oh, and Jorn gets it. They both get it wrong. They both get it wrong. Tommy Hall hitting the marshal's foot there. So we're back on Jorn. Let's drop back 1 car to, I think it's Landon in that bright yellow. We've already followed Jorn, so we'll let him go. That's the car 5, I think, of Johansson. No, it is Landon. And now we can drop back to Tommy Hall and let him, oh, no, the next car back is, solid colors. I mean, they help, but they don't help because, you know, anybody can be a solid color. Skidmore, I believe. Is that right? Does he change his body? Don't worry, everybody. We are going to endeavor to try to get at least 1 lap with everybody in this one. So if we now drop back another car and pick up who's next going to be coming out of the Z's. I think that's Gotzel chasing down car 5 of Johansson. Okay, so Johansson and Skidmore running very similar, or no, it wasn't Skidmore, it was the other car in front. So Gotzel is the sort of homage to Ronefelt color scheme here, but running, well, same color wheels and a clear wing, but obviously a little bit more yellow and a slightly duller yellow than the bright yellow of Ronefalk. And in the same order as well. So here's Gotzel, Max Gotzel. Normally, I see him at IC track events for EFRA, mechanicking for Uri Hudy. So this is, I don't often get to actually see him race, so it's quite interesting. Quite funny, to me. So if we drop back another car, we'll try and pick up another car. The bright, I think, is this the car that crashed earlier? So this is Johansson again, I think, 5. Coming up with quads is car 5. So, and then back, I think that's Tommy Hall. Pink and white going over the triple. Pink and white coming out of the hairpin section now. We haven't followed them. This is Bartek Zalewski. So yes, we need to be following him because finished 4th in two-wheel drive and weirdly not in the top heat of four-wheel drive. Very quick racer. Quick young racer, I should say. 18 years old. Fast enough to bother Orlowski. Fellow Polish racer. Running yellow wheels. Should be noted. Let's see, who haven't we followed? I think if I can follow Boda, possibly. I think Boda is one, no, maybe 2 cars back, I think is Boda. Ben Smith and Boda we haven't followed.
Everybody is on the last lap to finish the lap you're on, guys.
So if we wait there and pick up the car 7 or 10, we want to, I think this is Ben Smith here in the white. Oh no. Instant commentator's curse. Oh, and on the crash on the, that's a terrible place to crash. Wow, okay. Nearly trouble for whoever else was coming there on the, that's a, I think that was Ben Smith because, yeah, the computer there, see how the time went red for him. The computer was waiting for him to come across. Whew. Okay, yeah, sorry, we did miss Ben Smith there for the most part. But I think we got 4-3 and pretty much everyone else. And whoever car 8 was. Oh no, we didn't get Hupo at all, did we? Sorry about that, Hupo, and sorry about that, Raw Rod.
Yeah, track's over.
So there we go. Fastest group. Well, the initial fastest group. This is, again, this is just seating practice. We'll see where, if the resort after this, see where people sit. That will set the, for the controlled practice tomorrow. See where it says we've got Davide Ongaro, multiple world champion, Mikhail Orlowski, world champion, Barak Kilic in the not in the Mugen, but possibly running some sort of secret chassis. I'm not sure. Marcus Carrot, former European champion. David Ronefeld, multiple European champion and world champion. Martin Bayer, double now European champion. And designer of the car that he's driving. Mika Vidmeyer in the S-Works. Una Hatanen from Finland. Suddenly, super fast lately. Daniel Kobovic in the Schumacher. And Lee Martin, the only 40-plus racer in this particular group. We'll see where they all sit after this run ends in about 5 minutes' time. This is Davide Ongaro coming over the big double, over the smaller double, through the S. Double into the twiddly bits here, the sweeper that goes into the quad that marks the middle of the lap, over this triple, into the only section of track that hasn't changed from two-wheel drive, and down this main straight. Look how long the main straight is now. Car number 2 of Orlowski chasing him down. Orlowski with a first lap 29.8. Wow. Fastest first lap that we've seen. I'm not sure who holds the fastest lap at the moment, but earlier in practice it was Mikhail Orlowski. Ronefeld leaping up there 32nd flat. So next car back will be Kilic in the car 3, running the possibly Mugen prototype, but possibly an X-Ray because that's what he's run for. Martin Bayer leaping up into third. Martin Bayer, our new two-wheel drive champion at 37 years old. Trying to use wisdom and guile, if not outright speed. We'll wait for the next car to come along. This is, it's not Ronafog, this is Carup. In the car 4. So not doing super hot yet. Plenty of time to improve. Hitting the halfway mark over those quads. The hairpins. Next car back is going to be Ronafalk, I believe. There he is. A bit more orange in there than Gotzel has, so yeah, relatively easy to see them apart at least, but both running white wheels and mostly yellow and green, so yeah. Ronafalk running second in the minute with a 59.161. Hottonen taking over the top spot with 59 flat, bumping Orlovsky down to 6th for a 2-lap run. And who is next behind? That is Bayer in the very familiar orange and blue. Who's that that's just gone over? It doesn't really matter because it's only 2 laps to count. For seeding practice, it's a bit different because it's, I believe it's 5, the full run to count, 5 minutes. 59 flat for Hottonen still. Ronafalk 59.1. Bayer next fastest. Bayer just improved to a 59 flat as well. 0.05 of a second behind Joona Hottonen. So this is the recovering Ronafalk, who we saw flip over earlier, I believe. So if we drop back a car and see who else we pick up here, that is Misha Widmeyer. Currently 9th, running the S-Works car. Not a good lap, that one. We'll see if he improves the rest of this lap. Who else is out there that we haven't followed? Kobovic and Lee Martin we haven't followed yet. Although, did we follow Lee Martin? I'll be mixing him up with somebody. So Kobovic, next car behind in that bright yellow. Kobovic in the Schumacher, improving to 5th with 59.3. Orlovsky and Ronafalk both into the 58s as Kobovic gets it over. 58.7 for Orlovsky and 58.8 for Ronafalk. 59 flat still for Hottonen and Bayer. Bayer improves to 58.4. Oh my goodness. Where is he pulling that time from? Ahead of Orlovsky by 0.3 of a second over 2 laps. See if we can find Lee Martin out there as one of the last cars for us to pick up, as it seems like everyone's on their last lap. Yeah, there's Lee there coming through the S now. Our 40-plus two-wheel drive champion, 40-plus nitro buggy champion, and if he keeps his speed up, he could very easily be our 40-plus four-wheel drive champion as well. 3 40-plus titles in a year for Lee Martin. Of course, you know, kind of jokingly, the youngest 40-plus racer that we've got at the moment, but you know, he's a quick racer. But Bayer to finish. Let's go to our finish line and see Bayer across the line, can we? No, he doesn't improve anyway. It's 58.4 for Bayer, 58.6 for Orlovsky. So Orlovsky improved by only 0.1 of a second. So there's our finishing order. That is our finishing order, and we'll see where that looks, where everyone shakes out in the overall. So our ranking list, looking like top 10 being David Ronefalk with the 58.559 in the run 1. Orlovsky with the 58.6 in round 1. Let's confirm all this. No, okay, sorry, just I need to hit refresh. Martin Bayer with the 58.4, Ronefalk with the 58.5, Orlovsky with the 58.6, Kobovic with the 58.8, Zalewski with the 59 flat, and also Juha-Hattinen. They are separated by 0.02 of a second. And there we go. There it is all on screen for you. You can read it yourself. It's Orlovsky, Newman, Hattinen. Is that right? That's different than what this is showing. There's various all sorts of things that parameters you can set, but it is Bayer, Ronefalk, Zalewski, Neumann, Kobovic, Orlovsky, Hattinen, Kilic, Karup, and Vlasic once again up there in the top 10. Dominik Vlasic. Where has this kid come from? From the Czech Republic, obviously, but running an S-Works. So Ungaro 11th. So he's going to be in the second fastest group of racers again, starting off tomorrow. Misha Vidmeyer and Max Gotzel in the 13th spot. So those are the running positions for the 5-minute controlled practice tomorrow. We have 2 rounds of that tomorrow, kicking off at, I believe it is, top heats are going to be out at 10:20 and 12:01. So that's groups 11 and 12 are going to be out at 10:20 and 12:01 Central European time. And then we have 3 rounds of qualifiers with the top groups out at 1:47, 3:04, and 4:29, finishing just before 5:30 in the afternoon. All times are Central European time, of course. Adjust properly if you're in the UK, Australia, wherever you're watching this from. Right, so I think that is it for proceedings today. We will have, the time starts tomorrow. Time schedule at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock a.m. for Central European time again. For Group 1, Round 1, off the line at 9 o'clock. Right, so that is it from me, Frank McKinney for RC Racing TV, and Matt McCallum and Kieran on the camera for the EFRA 110 4WD Buggy Euros. I want to thank Hobbywing, J Concepts, Euro RC, Elserum, S-Works, Mebo Sport with their 10% discount, X-Ray, R1 Works, Team Savox, Schumacher, Absema, and T-Works. That's it for us today. We'll see you at 9 a.m.
This one going to Orlovsky!